Choose a comfortable position wherever you would like, either seated or we can come down onto the back body. I'm going to come onto the back body because for me, that is just a comfortable pose. And I have a couple of bolsters, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I mean, you can use pillows too. They're really not that much different. But I was looking on Amazon, and you can buy bolsters for really reasonably. So if you're having fun with your home practice, it's kind of fun to just, have a bunch of these. You can make a pillow fort, or, practice yoga, or however you want to do it. So I'm going to actually use a couple of bolsters this morning. I'm going to put one underneath my legs, just as kind of a nourishing posture. And then other one, I'm going to leave my shoulders down, but I'm going to have the cushion underneath my head. So don't feel like you have to do this with a bolster, but just a nice way to get going sometimes. So, or have any posture really. So this be kind of like a babbling brook posture, sort of. And just gonna open up my arms out to a T and open my palms up towards the sky this morning. And just take a couple of breaths, a couple of nice big belly breaths. Breathe in through the nose and let the breath make its way into my belly. Nice, Petey. Good morning, Poppy. You can come in. You want to do some belly breaths? Why don't you lay down with mommy? We can belly breathe, okay? It'll feel good. So nice, big breath into the nose, into the belly. And then exhale, just let it go. And just any bit of negative energy, anything that we're holding on to that we no longer need, just envision on the exhalation that leaving the body. And then when we breathe in, just every piece of good, new energy, just bring that into the body. Bring that in through the palms, through the nose, breathe it in. Just feel that move its way all the way through the body and let go of what no longer serves us. Full, nice big breath in. Let go. Just envision a word or a phrase, something that brings peace to you, something that makes you happy and full of joy. Just breathe that in. Just breathe that in this morning. And then when we were teaching the live classes, at the end of the class, we would talk about just envisioning gratitude and what you are grateful for. So let's actually start with that this morning. Just envision what it is that you are grateful for in your life and in this world. Just begin to offer up some gratitude to begin our practice this morning. Just be mindful of that, whatever it is. Got a reminder sitting right on me. Just take a couple of breaths. Just envision whatever that is, and offer thanks. And begin to find some movement in the fingers. Find some movement in the toes. Take a full body stretch, Poppy. Would you like to do the yoga? You can lay with mommy and do the yoga. Get ready for school later. Your yoga. Take a nice full body stretch. Oh, Oh, stretch the fingers and the toes and roll the wrists a little bit. Spread the palms nice and wide. And then just bend the elbows and come into that goal post arm. So see if you can. See if you can bring the back of the hands on the earth. So if you're seated, maybe come onto the back body at this point. I'm going to do a full body stretch and then join us right here with this goalpost arm. And just take a couple of breaths. Look what Daddy has. Couple of breaths. Let the shoulders melt. Bye, Pea Bear. Enjoy that ice cream. And then interlace the fingers. Take a nice big flip with the wrist up towards the sky. And full body stretch. And then roll the wrists. Oh, make a couple of fists and then bring the hands down by the sides of the body. Let's bend the knees, shall we? Oh, yeah. I'm going to just push this bolster away from underneath of me. And I kind of lift up at the hips a little bit and just lengthen through the back body for a moment. Oh, nice and long through the spine. Just really envision it nice and long. And just place your hands on the belly for a moment and envision that low back just kind of melting a little closer to the earth. Just really nice and long with the body. Shoulders still planted onto the earth. Just a nice big full breath here. Feel the breath move into the belly. Feel the belly rise. Slowly just let it go. And then pull both of those knees in towards the chest. Just gently give yourself a little hug. Just very, very, very gently this morning. We're going to make our way into a twist. I'm actually going to use one of my bolsters. This is a fun way to do a nice gentle twist in the morning. I'm going to put the bolster between my knees. So if you have a bolster or a pillow, this is kind of fun to do. That's just an option. So open up the arms out to a T and then just let your knees fall over towards the right. Let the knees fall to the right. And if the low back's real tight or kind of angry, I would steer clear of this pose. Just stay on the back body. But go ahead and just open up the arms out to a T. Then take the gaze either up towards the sky or maybe look all the way out over towards the left. Just envision that left shoulder getting nice and heavy. Just take a couple of big breaths. Nice big breaths. One more big breath in. Just envision that breath moving all the way down into the sacrum. And as you exhale, just wringing everything out, letting everything go. And then we'll breathe in. We'll move the knees up through center. And take the knees out over towards the left. So the gaze can stay at the sky if you'd like to, or just gently bring that gaze out over towards the right. Maybe make a couple of circles with the fists if that feels good here. Then just breathe. Full breath in, down into the belly, down to the sacrum. Exhale, wring it all out. Baby. Full breath in. Exhale, wringing everything out. And then go ahead and lift the knees back up through center. Lift the knees back up through center. Let's take the bolster and just move it off to the side. Move it off to the side if you have a bolster. And then just both knees back up in towards the chest. Nice big hug, little rock side to side. Bring the forehead up and kiss the knees if that feels good. And then just bring the head back down onto the earth. And lift those feet up. Take a happy baby pose. Happy baby pose. Let the shoulders melt. Little rock side to side. And lift the feet up towards the sky. Just lift both feet up. You can keep a little bend into the knees if you'd like to. It's kind of a big stretch sometimes early in the morning. Let's go ahead and take a breath in and just gently point the toes on our breath in. And then exhale, very gentle flex with the feet. Couple times. Point the toes, nice big breath in. Exhale, flex them out. One more time. Big breath in, point. Feel those tops of the feet stretch nicely. Exhale, flex them out. Let's go ahead, just grab the back of the legs, bend those knees, and then your choice, either rock up and down to a seated position, or you can roll over to the side body, or make your way up. I'm gonna just rock a couple of times. Headphones fly off. Feels good. All right. And here we go. Hi, everybody. So from our nice, comfortable seated position, let's just go ahead and close the eyes for a moment right here. And if you'd like to, you can sit on a blanket or a bolster again, or something that gives you a little bit of a lift. It feels nice. Or you can stay just like I am on the mat, totally up to you. But just let the shoulders melt. Feel a nice lift coming through the spine, through the crown of the head. Just take a full breath in. Let it go. And then go ahead and just take a nice, just tilt of the head over towards the right. Take that nice tilt over towards the right. Let's take the left hand and just kind of walk it behind us a little bit and push that left shoulder back. And then go ahead and just bring the head up. And let's take the right arm and just kind of pull it over towards the left. Get a nice stretch. You can gaze out over towards the right for a moment. And then just take it back over towards the left. Nice big stretch through that shoulder. And then just release that. Go ahead and let that go. And let's drop the head over towards the left. Just drop that left ear over. Take those fingers on the right-hand side, walk it back a little bit. Feel a nice stretch coming through that shoulder. Just breathe. We have a great view at the club this morning. I like it. It's a good setup, Catherine. It's perfect. Hi there. And then go ahead and walk that hand forward. Let's take both hands. Take the left hand, cross it on over. Really pull. So see if you can still sit up nice and straight, but just really focus on getting a nice pull through that shoulder. And go ahead and just gently take the gaze out over towards the left. And back towards the right. And then go ahead and release that. Whew. Nice big opening through the shoulders. Let's roll those shoulders a few times. Just roll that out a little bit. Change the direction. Roll it out a little bit. Roll it out. Very, very, very nice. Let's roll all the way up onto our hands and our knees. And let's just open up the palms nice and wide. Nice and wide. Take some cat-cows here. Go ahead and lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, breathe it in. Exhale, round it out. Couple times, just at your own pace. See if we can connect this movement with the breath. Lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, breathe it in. Exhale, round it out. Even pause maybe for a moment on this round. Really tuck the chin in towards the neck. Really feel a nice opening through the spine. Take a nice big lift. Breathe it in. Go ahead and exhale, round. Find yourself in that nice rounded position, and then slowly we're going to sink back with this rounded position all the way into our child's pose. You can kind of let the hands maybe drag just a little bit on the yoga mat as you come down into child's pose. And just gently make your way down. And let go. Take 3 nice big breaths here. Let the shoulders seem to sink a little bit. You can bring the arms behind you if that feels good, if that helps open up through those upper shoulder blades, the trap area. Kind of release some of that tension in the neck and shoulders here. One more nice big breath right there. Let it go. Just reach the arms back forward. I'm going to walk the arms, or the fingers, I should say, as forward as possible here. I'm going to lift up with the heart a little bit. Let's creep the fingers all the way over towards the right and just get a nice big stretch through the left-hand side of the body here. So hands are over towards the right, really nice big stretch. And take those fingers, creep, all the way to the opposite side. Nice big stretch through the side body. And then go ahead and creep those fingers back. Just take a little walk with the fingers forward. Walk with the fingers forward. I'm going to keep the elbows down on the earth, kind of transition into a puppy dog pose. So hips are lifted, chest is down. Just take a big breath right there. And then transition forward so that the forearms are on the earth. Let's just, for fun, tuck those toes for a moment. Just a little forearm plank, if it feels good to you. Just get the core just a little fired up this morning. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Then we can bring those knees back down whenever you're ready. If you're feeling crazy and want to go for a while on that, go for it. But it's gentle yoga, so maybe just a little reminder that they're there. And then I'm going to tuck the toes again, but this time I'm going to walk the feet forward a little bit into dolphin pose. So really get a nice big stretch there through the calves. Just take a breath in and then bring the knees back down to the earth. And let's come back into table pose this morning. Oh, excuse this white belly. We did not see the sun much this summer. It's blinding. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I am going to be back in table pose, and let's just go ahead and give those wrists a little bit of love. So I'm going to begin with my right wrist. So just roll the right wrist just a little bit. And I'm going to flip the hand so that the fingertips are facing me. So if this doesn't feel good, if this is a little too extreme of a stretch, that is okay. You can kind of bring them over to the side and that'll feel good as well. But if it feels good, go ahead and bring them here. And if you tilt forward a little bit, it'll be a little bit less extreme on them. If you sit back with the hips a little bit, so you kind of see how I'm doing. You can tilt forward and it's not too bad. If you sit back a little bit, you'll get a little bit more of a stretch. So just give that wrist a nice little stretch. Then roll it out. And let's take the top of the hand and place the back of the hand on the mat. Back of the hand on the mat. Nice big stretch with that. Go ahead and roll that out a little bit. And then let's just lift the hand up towards the sky. And, just thread it underneath. Go ahead and thread it underneath. And lay that right shoulder down. Just kind of maybe walk the left hand forward a little bit. And then if it feels good, you can actually step out with the left foot. So you should get a nice stretch through that right shoulder here and the upper back body. Really nice big opener here. And bend the knee and go ahead and just slide back with that left hand and reach up with the right hand. Reach it up and just go ahead and bring it back down. Let's take a couple of cat-cows. Lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. Go ahead and around. And just back to a neutral position. And let's play with the left hand this time. So just roll the wrist a couple times, make sure it's feeling up to the challenge. And I'm going to flip those fingers so that they are facing back towards my knee. And if it's too much on the wrist, you can always come over to the side. If you want a little extra, you can tilt back with the body. Just get a nice stretch through that palm. You can kind of lift a little bit, get the fingertips involved. And then just roll it out, make a couple of fists. And the top of the hand is going to go on the mat. Same thing, nice big stretch there. Nice big stretch. And roll that out. And then let's lift up with the left hand. Thread it underneath. Lay that left shoulder down on the earth. Gonna walk the right hand forward a little bit. And then if it feels okay, if it feels good. So it's weird. Some days it feels good, and some days I feel like I get a better stretch without it. But today it feels really nice to just step out with that right foot and really kind of open up through those shoulder blades. And just breathe. And then kind of bring the knee back in, push in with the hand, lift that hand back up. Go ahead and bring it on down. Let's take a couple of cat-cows. Lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, breathe it in. Just a couple at your own pace. And then when you're feeling ready, let's go ahead, let's tuck those toes, lift up with the knees, make our way into a downward facing dog. Just kind of walk your dog out a little bit. To open up my hands nice and wide, really feel the fingertips underneath the mat here in down dog. So it's not as much pressure on the wrist, but try to really feel it within the whole hand here. Kind of walk your dog out a little bit. Walk that dog out. Shake the hips a little bit, shake the head out. And then I'm going to tippy toe all the way to the front of the mat. All the way to the front, and then just let the head go. Grab on to opposite elbows if that feels nice. Just rock it out. Rock it out in a little forward fold. Let the head completely go. And then take a little bend into the knees. Release the elbows. Flat back. Let's rise all the way up. Oh, lift the palms, lift the gaze, and exhale. Hands to heart center. And then just pause for a moment. See if we can really feel the mat underneath us. Feel a lift coming through the soles of the feet. All the way to the crown of the head. Just breathe. Couple more times. Full breath in. Let it go. And let's flow just a little bit. Let's lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Palms to the shins. Find a little bit of length here. And exhale, forward fold. A little bend into the knees. Rise all the way up. Breathe it in. Exhale, fold. Excuse me. Where am I going? Let's bring it to heart center. You guys are with me. You guys are there. Sorry. My mind. Got to be a little more present. Lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe it in. Exhale, fold it out. Inhale, palms to the shins. Lengthen. This time, let's go ahead and plant the palms. Let's just step back with the left foot so that the right foot stays forward. Right foot's going to stay forward. I'm going to put my mat underneath that left knee and just sink a little bit into the right foot. I'm going to tug back a little bit with the right hip maybe so that you're just nice and squared off here. And then use some core strength. Come up. Just take a nice full breath right here. Let it go. One more breath. If you'd like to bring the hands to the sky and let the shoulders kind of melt and chest is open, big breath. And then let's float the hands down on either side of that right foot and sink back, lift up through the toes. Take a nice big breath here and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Take a big breath in. Fold it out. Let's go ahead and sink back into that right foot. Tuck with the left toe. Lift up with the left knee. And I'm going to step all the way back into kind of that plank position again. I'm going to bring the knees down onto the earth. Adjust your mat if needs be. And then just gently bring that heart, bring the chest all the way down onto the mat. So the whole belly, everything's down on the mat. Face forward here for a second. So let's go ahead and just little gecko fingers with the hands. Take a little bit of a lift with the heart here. And let's just begin to dip one shoulder at a time. A lot of shoulder work today. So dip one shoulder at a time. Serpent pose. Break up anything that we're holding on to in there. Feels pretty good, I feel like. This is one of my favorites. And then just bring that down. Let's just bring the hands underneath the chin for a moment. Just kind of rest the neck. Can lay one side down even if that feels good. And then lift up with those feet. And just windshield wiper the feet back and forth. Windshield wiper it out. Let anything go that we're holding on to in that low back. Bring the feet down. If you have the one ear on the hands, see if you can switch sides with that. Or if you just have the chin rested, just keep it right there. And then once the positioning of the head is changed, just rock the hips back and forth a little bit. Rock them back and forth. Boom, boom, boom. Really just let anything go that we're holding on to. Let it all go. And then let's go ahead. Let's slide those palms back underneath, just behind the shoulders a little bit, not quite to the elbows. Lengthen through the back of the neck. So stare just right down at the earth. And then take a nice lift. Nice lift into a cobra pose here. Nice lift. And then exhale. Go ahead and bring it down. You can either do cobra one more time, or if it feels good to come all the way into upward facing dog, go ahead and do that if that feels good for you this morning. Just pushing into the earth. And then I'm going to push my way back through table. Back through table. And tuck the toes back into downward facing dog. Shake the head out a little bit. And then just walk those feet forward. Walk the feet all the way forward. Come back into your forward fold. Grasp onto opposite elbows again. And just let the hands go. Let's go ahead while we're in this forward fold. Take a nice bend through the right knee. And take that right hand. Just kind of wrap it over to the left ankle. Reach up with the left hand. Reach up. Get a nice big stretch here. Nice big stretch all through that left hamstring. Change side. So bend into the left knee. Reach that left hand over to the ankle. Beautiful, you guys. Reach up. Reach up. And bring the hands down. Kind of rock it back and forth a little bit. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a bend into the knees. And I'm going to step back with the right foot this time, leaving that left foot forward. Nice bend into the knees, square off with the hips. I'm going to use a little cushion underneath my knee. Square off through the hips. Might need to pull that left hip back just a little bit. And then use that belly strength. Rise up. Rise up. You can either bring the palms right here to the thigh. Just take a breath. Either keep them on the thigh or reach them to the sky if that feels good. Your choice. I'll let those shoulders melt down a little bit. Take a big breath right here. And then exhale. Let's fold it out. Fold it out and sink back. So sink back so we get a nice lift through those left toes. Lift up with the left toes. Lengthen through the back body. Nice and long through the back body. So again, rather than rounding, really see if you can just fold forward, gazing out those toes, and just lengthen through the hamstring as much as possible. Lengthen through that calf. And then sink it back down. Go ahead and sink back down. Let's tuck through the right toe. Lift up with the right knee. Step all the way back. And I'm just going to step into downward facing dog this morning. So from here, getting to that favorite hip opener of everybody's, particularly Peter's and Pete's, let's make our way into pigeon pose. So your choice. We've talked about either pigeon pose from the back body or pigeon pose the classical way. So if we're going for the classical way, I'm going to reach up with that right foot, reaching it up towards the sky. I'm going to bring it forward towards that right wrist. I'm going to scooch the left foot back so that my hips are nice and square, but I'm getting closer to the earth here through the sacrum. So then just bring it on down. Use any props that you'd like if that feels good. Bring the head on down. Just release and enjoy it. Take a few cycles of breath. Take a few cycles of breath. And again, if you'd like to do this from the back body, all you have to do is just that figure 4 positioning. So crossing the right foot over the top of the left thigh, and reaching through and just grasping onto the back of the left thigh. So everybody can stay in regular pigeon, but if you would rather take it from the back body, all you have to do is just cross that over, reach through, and grasp on just like so. So take a few breaths wherever you're at. If you are in that regular pigeon, let's go ahead and begin to just lift up onto the hands. Take a nice lift. I'm going to tuck through that left toe, lift up with the left knee, plant the hands into the earth. Going to reach that right foot all the way up to the sky. Stack the right hip for a moment. Maybe roll a circle. Roll it all out and bring it down. And I'm going to change sides immediately. So lift up with the left leg. Bring that left knee forward. Scooch back with the right leg. Nice. Lift through the heart, lift through the belly. Exhale. Just down. Let go. Again, if you'd rather do this from the back body, same thing, just opposite side. Just cross that one foot over. Cross the left foot over the right thigh and reach on through. Your choice. Just take a couple breaths wherever you're at. Just really see if you can find some cushion underneath the forehead to make this almost a restorative posture. Just breathe into any tension. And as you exhale, just envision it leaving the body. Just melt a little deeper into this posture. And then go ahead and bring the hands onto the earth. Bring the hands onto the earth. Let's tuck through that right toe. Lift up with the right knee if you are in the classical pigeon pose. And lift up with the leg. If you are on the back body, go ahead and bring the knees down and windshield wiper the knees back and forth. So if you're taking pigeon from the back body, bring the feet down and just a nice windshield wiper with the knees. Shake those hips. Bring the knees down. All right, everybody. Let's all transition now onto the back body. So bring the knees down and then just sit the hips down. And let's go ahead and make our way into a comfortable position onto the back body. Use bolster or blanket or anything that you'd like to. Just take a couple of moments in whatever posture is calling to you. So if Supta Baddha Konasana is calling to you, go ahead and take that, or maybe happy baby pose. Maybe another twist perhaps might feel really nice after this morning. Your choice. Just see what works for you. See what feels good. Just take a couple of breaths there. And then when you're ready, just transition into your final posture, your Savasana. So open up the hands towards the sky. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Just feel a sense of peace and quiet washing over the body. Just let yourself completely be right here. Take several minutes if you can in Savasana. Just feel that sense of gratitude, sense of love washing over the body, into the mind. Feel the benefits of our practice this morning. Just let yourself completely be. I am going to leave you here in Savasana this morning. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. And it's so wonderful to see everybody. I'll see everyone next week. Have a wonderful weekend and take care. Namaste.
Thank you, Summer.
Thank you. Good to see you guys. I'll see everyone next week. Enjoy.